Hey guys, Ranjan here, bringing on another circle of commentary. It's going to be set 4 between KT MagicNs and Hite Sparkyz. We've had 3 great games so far, and everything still keeps on looking promising. Shine and Horang2, 2 rather new faces in the StarCraft community. We're going to see how these guys duke it out. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Shine, the Terran player, Horang2, the Protoss player, been hailed as the new Nel Ra for being an epic cheeser. We're gonna have Horang2, actually pronounced Horang2 apparently. I'm just used to calling him Horang2 because there's the number 2 in his name. So 11 o'clock is the green Protoss, and we have Shine, player traded 2 MagicNs. This is going to be the teal Terran at the 5 o'clock position, of course, the 2-player map. I think at this point everybody's familiar with Destination, hailed as the new Python. But yeah, I don't know much about Shine. I know that he has a 50, let's see, let me take a quick look here. He has a 52% win rate against Protoss before this matchup, 12 wins and 11 losses. Horang2 is 5 wins and 4 losses against Terrans, 55%, but honestly just so little of these players have played that you can't really count any of this. Any of that. Horang2 apparently not going to go for any sort of cheese now. He knows that his team is 1 game behind, so he has to play a good, solid match. You know, just play standard and play careful to try to put get this into the ace where either Lida or maybe Yarnak can finish this off. Although I have this base feeling inside of me that if it comes to an ace, Lida is going to be the one fielded. Both players sending out scouts. I think, okay, Shine is trying to go for a wall in, but the probe is going to be able to get through, trying to prevent SCV from building the barracks a little bit, apparently. But the barracks, never mind, is going to be built anyway. Gas now coming up for Shine, Horang2. If I might call him Horang2, I might call him Horang2. Just Horang something, think like that, then you know who it is. Yeah, Horang2 just being overall, just harassing a little bit with his probe. Gotta be careful not to try to get it caught, but doing a pretty good job of preventing the barracks from coming up, just being annoying. Flying around, just doing a great job overall. All of this harassment really frustrates a player. There you go, barracks going off, but I'm not quite sure if that's an off position. I think he's still going to be able to manage to get something through. And on the opposite side, Horang2 actually goes for a 12 Nexus. 12 or 14 Nexus, can't quite spot the count. It's a little bit early, but yeah, he's going to go for economics. Almost getting his probe caught and killed. Now at this point he might want to stop the constant harassment, just run around and get the scout. Just got to be careful. Has 2 SCVs chasing it down because everybody knows what kind of player Horang2 goes for. So whenever he has a worker inside of your base, you just pay attention to it. You make damn sure you don't let go of the probe. Gets another shot from an SCV. Still just running right along the SCV line, thinking maybe of going for a Manor pylon, trying to catch some probes into 2 gateways. From a Nexus right into 2 gateways. So Horang2 goes for quick economics and reactionary very quickly. Knows he has to have some ground forces up very quickly, so that's why he's putting down those 2 gateways, because he sees the factory coming down now and he has to be very careful. SCV scout on the opposite also coming up, and somebody else cruising up. Very interesting how Horang2 actually uses his initial buildings to block off his ramp. He's not going to be able. He's going to have a hard time, I believe, getting Dragoons down the ramp. I don't think he's going to be able to do that at all. Marine now out, so that probe is curtains very soon. Going to run around and try to cast. Going to spot the fact, though, that Shine's only mining with 1 SCV gas, so knows that the expansion is imminent. Still going to try to keep that probe alive as long as humanly possible. With 1 Marine chasing it down, he might actually still manage to do that for a pretty long time. So the second Marine now is now the probe still barely managed to stay alive, but I don't think that's going to stay alive for long. I think at this point Horang2 might be thinking of simply escaping with it. Oh, gonna get caught. No, not gonna get caught by the Fawn Marine. Shine not microing the Marine that just got out of the barracks and not gonna get mined. Is gonna put down a machine shop, though. Probably gonna have an expansion up fairly soon. First Zealots now out, and Horang2's actually been able to block off his choke very well. I think extra Dragoons might fit in from above the pylon. Not quite sure. 4 Marines now out, and a 5th Marine in the works for Shine. She's just moving out with those Marines, block off his bridges. On the opposite, there are a couple of Zealots blocking the bridges as well, so yeah, I think those Dragoons definitely fit through, but he's just trying to create a minimal choke, also upgrading range, and Shine, of course, has the scout, so knows that this is going for Shine, of course, had to abandon the wall, and as you could see there by the positioning, now going to kill the probe there. Had to abandon the wall due to the mass annoyance that he got from Horang2. First Dragoon out, get 2 Dragoons now, and the SCV Scout is curtains at this point. Range still upgrading. Horang2 not thinking of switching up. I've seen some players, hey, he scouted my range, and I was going to expect Dragoons and an army on the ground. Maybe I should do this to counter it. First Vulture now also out, probably Mines upgrading. Because they didn't get the first initial tank. Probably going to go for mines, and now going to plop down that expansion. He has marines and a few vultures guarding that, and soon he has some mines up, he's going to be able to keep guarding that. Robotics facility opposite side going down for Horang2, so he's going to have some reavers down there. He has Shine has a couple of vultures, 6 marines. Yeah, there you go. Mines are ready. He's going to start planting those mines, and that's going to make those zealots and the dragoon run away pretty quickly because Horang2 does not want to lose his initial forces. That's going to make him a little bit vulnerable to attacks. More vultures now on the way, so for now, Shine just focusing on that. And the opposite side, Horang2 just trying to, put down a sort of defensive installment. Maybe he'll use pylons to kind of wall off one of the bridges inside of his natural expansion to prevent. It's actually a pretty good job, especially if vultures try to go towards one bridge, then all of a sudden find themselves not being able to get through. They're going to be forced back, and they're going to be really vulnerable to a lot of fire. So far, Shine just running around, trying to scout into 2 o'clock position, spotting there's nothing there, also losing the vulture. Still upgrading, so I assume at this point it's either could be speed or could be getting siege for tanks soon. I think also he's going to add some more factories very soon because he doesn't have a lot of ground forces in that regard. Still a lot of units being produced. Also control tower alongside a starport, so he's actually thinking of a quick drop, and I think that's exactly what Horang2 could be going for too, getting his mineral only now at the upper right hand corner. Second factory now going down for Shine, just now establishing his natural expansion, so he's definitely going to be a little bit economically behind. All of his stuff got delayed. Has another vulture coming up, trying to spot the positions there. No, decides not to try to go for it. Just gonna plop himself outside there. But yeah, Horang2 has taken the upper left, has blocked off his natural expansion with an observatory alongside pylons. Probably going to put down an expansion in the 2 o'clock position fairly soon. Vulture going to get off one pot shot at a dragoon before he gets killed. Even more vultures now out in the field. Still not producing any tanks, so I think that might have been speed that he was upgrading earlier. Now getting engineering bay. Probably does not. They haven't seen the academy from him, so he doesn't have any scan. So I don't think. I'm not quite sure if he spotted the robotics. I'm not quite sure. Don't quite remember if Horang2 put down robotics before he killed the scout or after he killed the scout. First dropship on the opposite side is now out, so he's going to plop down some vultures in that, most likely. Horang2 does have an observer out in the fields, though, so he could spot that dropship and know what's coming up. Will be forcing him to put down a forge and probably cam up. Definitely put a couple of dragoons in position. Horang2 also putting down pylons in preparation for taking the 2 o'clock and getting his dropship spotted by a probe. So there are dragoons in defensive positions all around the base trying to defend, and I think honestly the drop won't be too successful. Some vultures trying to get through are actually going inside the natural. There's the dropship going out inside of the main, gonna get taken out without doing anything. Horrible micro mistake there by Shine, but he's gonna get some vultures right through into the probe line, taking down several probes, making him go off the line and right into the main. Just can camp inside of the natural, killing more probes. So Shine doing great harassment here, gonna sacrifice these vultures, probably gonna plant some mines around, has planted some mines around, but there is of course observer in the air, so those mines are not gonna become a little bit of a non-factor. But the vulture is really doing a good job preventing mining at the natural expansion. Shine is so behind economically, so that he really has to establish a third base and continue doing this sort of harassment. So he's trying to equalize the position as well as he can. Horang2 has meanwhile used a forge and pylons to block off the pass at to his upper right mineral only to that base right there, and he's probably going to take his 2 o'clock base fairly soon. He doesn't really need to rush. He doesn't want to push himself too much with expansion. He has extensive ground force though, while Shine has so far just produced vultures. He really should go for some tanks alongside soon. So I think Horang2 can actually